All right, episode 72 of the A-League show. I'm here with my main man, David Norwood. David, how you doing?
Pretty good. It's great to wake up and it's not freezing cold.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a little cold. I was cold in my room because I had the window up like during the day yesterday.
Yeah.
And then so when I got home, I put it down, but it was cold in my room all night. And I was like, it was annoying.
Yeah, that's bold. all that pollen out, man.
Yeah.
It's been killing me all week.
Yeah, that pollen been getting to me too. It been hitting me heavy, but you know, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad this week. I was gonna say it's not as bad as it's been in past years, but it's not peak pollen season yet. This is the early season, the early stages, and it really gets bad in the middle of April.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know, man. This year looks like it's gonna be really rough because it's already hitting me in the face last week of March.
I get so many car washes already.
Facts, because you gotta look good all the time. I'm chilling or whatever, but yeah, man. We just doing what we doing. Earlier this week, I did McDonald's. That was pretty cool.
Boys and girls.
Yeah, boys and girls. So I saw the end of the girls game because I had to go to work. And,
yeah.
You know, the girls game started at 5. So I saw the end of the girls game, third quarter, fourth quarter. And then, what would I do? Oh, yeah, I watched the boys game. And RJ Barrett, both the number ones in the boys and girls side, they deserve to be number one. And you don't see that every single year. And
Who's that number one on the girls side?
It's this girl named Kristen Williams, I believe. Her last name is Williams. Yeah. She's going to UConn. So she's going to UConn. Yeah, she's going to UConn, number 1 player. And number 5 player is also going to UConn. That's the girl that dunked that I interviewed and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So, yeah.
They Georgia?
Any Georgia players? Or you said they from Georgia?
They're from Georgia.
Nah, just the center. The center's from Georgia. I don't know exactly where the number 1 player's from. But she's cold, man. She's cold because she can score, and she makes it look. She's kind of like James Harden.
Oh, wow.
In a way. That's who she reminds me of when I see her game and stuff. She just scores with ease no matter what defenses she's facing and all that. And yes, it's just an all-star game, but you know all those girls are trying to prove they're the best.
Yeah, true.
So, and it was the same with the boys. Like RJ Barrett's level of competitiveness is on a whole nother stratosphere. Like the entire time he was like, he wasn't laughing at the little in-game entertainment while the rest of the bench was, and while they were telling jokes, he was just straight face looking at the game, thinking about what he was going to do when he comes back in. I can imagine that's just the look I got from looking at him and stuff on the bench. And in the game, going hard every single offensive play. When things didn't go his way, he was upset. Like RJ Barrett's legit, man.
What does he look like?
What
does he look like?
He's like before I saw him in person, I would say Andrew Wiggins, just looking at his highlights and stuff. But he has a decent shot, man. He has a pretty good shot. So I would say, yeah, pretty much Andrew Wiggins, but he just seems so poised. Wiggins did too at that age. So I don't know, but like, yeah, I definitely see Andrew Wiggins. Those Canada boys, man, they all hoop the same. Canada's on the come up. You know, his goddad is Steve Nash. Yeah. I didn't know that until this week. So shouts out to RJ, and his dad is a great guy. That's another thing I want to talk about with McDonald's is with Zion's dad. Zion's dad was there with him like the entire media day, like following him and stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, I wanted to pull him to the side and be like, hey man, you know, I can assume that, you know, LeVar kind of gave you some tips on, hey, they're gonna paint you out to be this if you do XYZ.
Yeah.
And so he's kind of trying not to do that.
Yeah.
So, you know, when I dragged him to the side to tell him that, he was like, hold on, I gotta be here and listen to this, because, you know, he didn't want anybody to mess up.
Oh, gotcha.
And to hear that was like, it's crazy, man, because these are 17-year-old kids. These are 18-year-old kids. And they have to, you know, watch out their backs and everything they say. And the parents have to watch what they say and everything. Because the way the LeVar Ball thing blew up.
Oh, yeah. NCAA violations, too. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, Zion, does he really look that good in person? Like
Zion's good.
I mean, like his body makeup.
He's got foot. Oh, yeah. he's not fat. He's not as big as he was in a couple of those highlights of wearing them
Yeah.
big old red jerseys.
I was like, dude,
Yeah,
I said
yeah.
270.
He's a big dude, but he's a big dude and like muscular. Like he's not like big fat. Like cause in those
Like-
couple of
like
those
Ivan.
highlights, yeah, during the season, he's kind of like he's built, bro. He's kind of like
Ivan Johnson with muscle.
yeah. Cause Ivan was big, but he wasn't as big as Zion is, and I think Zion might be a little shorter than Ivan. Ivan was like 6'7", I think.
Yeah.
Zion's like 6'4", 6'6".
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to be that short. I thought he was gonna be like 6'8", the way he's dunking on dudes on those highlights, but he's like 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", maybe.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. But Zion, he looks good, man. He's got that footwork. Because, of course, all you see in his highlights are the dunks.
Yeah.
So I never seen him actually play. I never watched a game from him or anything, but he's got nice footwork in the post. Like you said, I think you said, did you say that, Julius Randle?
It's probably Jeremy.
Yeah. Someone said, he could turn out to only be a Julius Randle. And I think that's the floor. His floor is Julius Randle. I know you said your guy, Anthony Bennett, but I think his floor is Julius Randle.
Crap, I got him confused again. I was telling him, because I posted a picture of a group of Anthony Bennett, and I got confused with Zion. I didn't do that on purpose. But I was trying to figure out what position is he gonna play in college, or what position he gonna play in pros? Because he's just those measurements I saw. They're just like that don't look right.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, then you got the guys that are already there. You got Reddish, you got Barrett, and I was like, who's?
Reddish probably gonna go with the 2. No, but then he's had to come off the bench. So I guess Zion will have to play the 4 in college, and the 3 in the NBA.
Yeah,
you have to play the 4.
Play the 4. Yeah.
I mean, but that's a huge decrease from freaking Bagley. Did Bagley play the 4 this year? Yeah, because Carter played the 5.
Yeah.
So Bagley's like 6'11", isn't he? Yeah, future Hawk. But yeah, Jeremy, what's good with you, bro?
What's up, man?
Not much. We just catching up on McDonald's. I was giving my McDonald's recap.
Who were you really impressed with? I didn't really hear all that.
I think RJ and Christian Williams on the girls' side, both the number 1 players in the country, proved that they are number 1 players in the country. And that was very surprising to me because, like, RJ, his highlights, I didn't see anything really outstanding, but his competitiveness is on another level.
Well, that's good. That's good. What did you think of Cam Reddish?
Cam Reddish is a decent shooter, good scorer. He's just he looks comfortable on the floor.
Okay.
With all those All-Americans. Trey Jones, I didn't really see much from him, but he's a point guard that can rebound. I didn't really see much from him though. Zion, I was telling him about. I didn't know Zion had that footwork.
Yeah,
he's got great footwork down on the post. And we were trying to figure out who said this past week that kind of reminds him of Julius Randle.
I can see that.
Yeah.
He slimmed down a lot. So, I salute him for slimming down because that's what he's going to have to do to survive. He's not going that athleticism is not going to carry him to the NBA.
RJ asked him in an interview, he was like, he's like, how are you so big and that athletic? And he was like, I don't know.
That's just God given.
Yeah,
he's just blessed.
Right.
He's gonna have to continue to slim down, and he's gonna have to, learn how to play basketball. Because really, when I watch his highlights and his film, is like 60% of what makes him special is because he can dunk.
That's what I thought when I saw his highlights.
But watching him play
in person,
he kind of surprised me also with some of the stuff he's able to do. So
I didn't know he could play. When you watch his highlights, that's all you see. Dunks.
Yeah.
And that's all he does because when you're playing against 5'10" white kids, he's just gonna dunk it on them.
Yeah. That's just him playing in a weak league, I guess. I was really, impressed with what I saw. I didn't see the whole game, and I saw some of the, the workouts and practices and whatnot. But I thought he looked good, as far as showing that he's more than a dunker. Now, I mean, I don't really know how that translates to the NBA, you know, because Julius Randle's an all right player,
but he's not.
Like, I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying his floor is Julius Randle.
Yeah.
But, I mean, David thinks his floor is Anthony Bennett, of course.
I mean, he's similar to Anthony Bennett. Like, Julius Randle and Anthony Bennett were the same player coming in.
G League Anthony Bennett is a beast. He going ham in the G League, but I wanted to wait for Jeremy to come to talk about the next thing real quick. Something I came across last night, like real late last night. The reason why they stopped the Deadpool series, the Deadpool animated series with Donald Glover in them. So I don't know if this is the what you call, but this is the entire scene minus the screen direction below. This is from Donald Glover, I would assume. I mean, I get it. Maybe they just want to sell toys, and this style of comedy isn't it. It's more, haha, but I'm mad. I get that. Do they think that they canceled the show because of racism? Yeah, but all the writers were black, and the references were pretty black too. I heard they went over the lunch budget ordering Jamaican food at least once a week. You're right, Black Panther. Maybe we're alienating our white audience. No, we did a whole goat yoga episode. Dang. What was it? No. The Taylor Swift episode? Nah, no. They had to love that script. Are you effing kidding me? That episode's hilarious. What? That Marvel said? The Marvel stuff I said in it? All I said was Marvel was trying to sell toys to 7-year-old boys and 50-year-old pedophiles. That's just funny. They're cool. They get it. Oh, now I'm the a-hole. That's fine, Sudan. What do I want? I want to know why. I want the real story. If you have enough data, you can predict the future. That's all that's left. Google, Amazon, Facebook. Yeah, F Facebook. Kick them while they're down. It just feels like, everyone wants something different, but no one wants to do anything different to get it. Doesn't Marvel have enough feel-good minority shows that everybody supports but doesn't watch? That's deep. I mean, I think our show would have been funny. I just guess it's a place to be honest, and I guess that is a place. It's freedom.
And this is Donald Glover saying that?
I think so.
Okay.
And Donald Glover tweeted before he deleted it. For the record, I wasn't too busy to work on Deadpool.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't really know. I wasn't really. I don't know. Deadpool's a character that you can do different things with. So I mean, I don't really know what kind of differences you would have on an animated series. I mean,
it seemed like he was trying to do like some Atlanta stuff. Based off of reading that, he said he wanted to do black stuff and funny stuff, like realistic things that you wouldn't expect from.
They should have allowed him to play with the character, because if you watch the Deadpool movie like that's out, or that came out a couple years ago, it's different than anything that Marvel has done. I mean, well, Fox is the owner of Deadpool, so but it's a little different, and they even kind of followed a similar formula when they did Logan. So I mean, I wouldn't have had any problem with him doing something different, with the series, and allowing it to be, a little more, I don't know how to say this, urban.
Yeah, I think that's just, I don't know, man. It would have been cool to see it, like you said, like draw in a different audience or something. Obviously, with FX, Atlanta's working. Yeah. It's probably their most popular show, I would assume.
Look, man, and then even looking at Marvel, from Marvel's standpoint, look at the Netflix series Luke Cage. Luke Cage was the most popular, one of those. I think they got maybe 4 or 5 series that are involved in the Netflix branch of, Marvel. And Luke Cage is by far probably the most popular. And, it had that take on it.
But and then the CW series is one that no one really watches.
Right. Exactly.
So I mean, that's what he's saying. He's like, don't we have enough feel-good minority shows?
I mean, they're all the same
everybody
show.
supports, but nobody watches.
Yeah. I mean, like he said, to get different results and to keep people wanting more, you have to do something different. And this would be the first time that Marvel, outside of Luke Cage, that Marvel has done that. Right. So, I mean, I applaud him for being honest.
And then, I just think he's a great pick for it if you want to do something different, because he's got the Atlanta background, but he's also he came up a nerd.
Yeah, so
he loves comic books. He's all into that stuff, and then he loves Spider-Man. Excuse me. So it's just like, come on, man.
Yeah,
like,
I would definitely have him involved.
roll the dice.
So yeah,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I mean, Deadpool is a character where like they have shown in the past that they're willing to take chances on Deadpool. You know, even back with the X-Men, you know, the one they had after people saw that version of him, people were mad. Ryan Reynolds got out front of it, and look what you got with the last Deadpool movie. So now, you know, why not roll it again and see what? Because it's like I said, it's a character that can be played around with because of the nature of, you know, the content that goes along with it. So, I mean, I agree with Donald. So
I'm a little confused though, because I was just thinking about it. Spider-Man's a part of Marvel, correct? Like they just signed them, right, a couple years ago.
Well, they bought it from Fox.
Yeah,
it's like
it's
like a split deal.
Yeah, it's a huge. Oh, it's a split deal.
Yeah,
like so it's like half Fox, half.
Like
okay, well that kills my question then.
Yeah,
what was your question?
Because I was like, Marvel's under Disney, right?
Well, Marvel Studios is Disney.
Yeah, Marvel Studios is Disney.
Fox owns certain characters within Marvel.
From Marvel.
Like the X-Men, which I think Disney just bought.
Yeah, it's not official. Yeah,
it's not official, but that's something that's coming. Is, you know, that's kind of been some of the holes in the storytelling of some of these movies, is because like you can't mention like half of the universe because you have Fox. Yeah, because you don't own them. So
yeah, it's politics in movies. Just like Hulk isn't owned by Marvel, it's owned by Universal. Yeah, and you can't do a movie by him.
No.
Yeah, you can use his character, but you can't make a Hulk movie.
That's like why there hasn't been a solo movie.
Like Sony owns Spider-Man, but like they can use him. But like as you can see, they got Iron Man. You know, it's like Iron Man to be in their Sony movie. Mm-hmm. So it's just like a partnership.
You scratch my back and I scratch yours.
I don't want to see a Hulk movie. Like another one.
We don't need one. I mean,
I don't need another.
He's not a great solo character.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, like, shoot, that last Thor movie was like
it was basically a Hulk movie.
It was like without calling a Hulk movie.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me like in rap, you know, like the whole Lil Wayne situation. They had like a 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne mixtape without calling it. Without counting a Lil Wayne album, since he got his own music rights going on right now.
Yeah. It's like the that Alex Rodriguez of superheroes.
Yeah.
A-Rod's with everybody.
Yeah.
Even ESPN, Fox.
Dang. Man, did you say that? I have seen him on some of everything.
Yeah. He's on everything, man.
Yeah, the situation sounds like, from what you just said, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, like I had no idea he was all in the comics. I really don't know the guy. Like first time I seen the guy, first time I seen him was like on Atlanta. Yeah, I didn't know he had the whole passionate stuff. It was just,
he came up through he came up with a kind of a white, not even white, but white and black nerd hipster culture. That's the way he came up being famous.
Yeah, one of his stand-ups is called Weirdo, right?
Yeah, Weirdo. Yeah, right. That was 2011.
I was like, dang, that like it's Tyler Perry trying to make a.
No, I mean that's always been his style. So like, I thought it would have been
a little unorthodox.
Yeah, so I thought it was a perfect fit. So
yeah, I mean, I guess just the politics. But just I mean, I wonder like if he could create his own superhero. That's like, would that sell this off his name since he has a following? So I mean, I wonder if that work. Cause
he could definitely do it now. I mean, I think he has the pull to, if he wanted to do that with this team. Yeah. Shout out to Royalty.
I mean, like it's it's cool seeing like characters from the 50s and 60s get on the big screen, but we still create new heroes. Just like they did in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to see him involved in like even Spider-Man movies moving forward. Like, I think he could help with Spider-Man. There are certain characters that could use his touch.
I mean, he was in that last Spider-Man, but I didn't watch it, so I don't know I don't know what he did or how involved he was.
He was really just a side character, and I was really disappointed with how they used him. But I'm not even talking about just like as far as being in the film. I'm talking about just like as far as writing and being a part of the creation of the script. I mean, I would be cool with him being a part of that. So, I mean, I didn't like how they used him. It was just really a way just to throw him in the movie. Kind of like that movie he was in, what's the scary movie that was hyped up like he was gonna be a big star in the movie and he got killed in the first 30 minutes. What's that movie called? The Lazarus Effect.
Oh yeah.
I was like, man,
I mean, seen the end of that. Like I saw like the the first few minutes because it was playing when I was at my uncle's house.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of like, the volume was low and everybody was talking. I was like, oh, this is the Donald Glover movie. So then, I see the little scene where he does the thing with the stapler and he falls down and he plays it off, which they said was improv.
Yeah.
Like he did that on the spot and stuff. But, yeah, I didn't know he died in the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, he died like within the first 30 minutes. I was just like, I was in the movie theater just like, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Y'all marketed this guy like he's gonna be a part of the movie. And he died.
Yeah, you got to use that star.
Yeah.
I saw the he was at the BET Awards.
When?
To promote that movie.
Oh God.
Like he went to present an award and he said, hey, I'm Donald Glover. I'm gonna be in a Lazarus Effect on June 30th. And everybody's
And the movie only was like an hour and 10 minutes long. It was awful.
I saw a movie he did with Steve Carell. But it was a Disney movie. It was like he was playing like the best friend or something, or like the family friend, and Steve Carell was the dad. Steve Carell does like serious roles now. But before we move on to the next topic, I want to shout out Stephanie Robinson. She's like 24, 25 years old. She wrote the last episode of Atlanta. It's probably the most realistic episode so far this season. So shouts out to her. It's a good episode.
Yeah, I don't even know what happened now.
It was funny. I like that episode. That was funny.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for you, David. But yeah.
I mean, you go ahead. It's like I probably won't be able to watch it.
You should check it out. It's funny.
It is amazing.
Because a lot of the stuff that happened, I was like, yeah.
Okay. Everybody knows someone like that.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like riding around with my pops when I was a kid. yeah, we're going to go home after I do this, son.
I got to do this right quick. Let me I got to make this run right quick. Hold on. Let me
he said, I promise. Two more stops.
And then you get there and it definitely was realistic. Everybody has been there before. So
when he walked in at the beginning with the Bluetooth, and then he was like, "Yeah, bro, you good?" He was like, "Oh, I'm on the phone."
Oh man,
that was so realistic, but yeah, you got to watch that episode.
Paperboy, I'm glad they had an episode with just Paperboy.
Right?
That was cool.
Yeah.
I really like. I really like Paperboy because he's not trying to be funny, but he's just hilarious because he's just like.
He a big dude.
He a big dude. He's just being real.
Yeah. It was when I was on set, actually, his understudy I thought was actually funnier than him. Like he was like, I wasn't really laughing when Paperboy was saying the jokes, but when the understudy was saying, I was like, holding back, cracking up and stuff. But I mean, they definitely made the right choice with the real Paperboy.
Some of the looks he gave, like he didn't even have to say nothing. He just looked at the dude. He was just like. Man, if you don't take me home and cut my hair,
we really need to get Paperboy on the show.
Come to the show, Paperboy.
Come on, pull up to the show, Paperboy. He went to Morehouse and Harvard.
Oh, wow.
I think he went to Harvard for grad school, and then he went to Morehouse undergrad.
That's what's up.
Yeah, shout out Paperboy, man. But yeah, like let's move on to these unrealistic fans. All right, so earlier this week, Jeremy. If y'all don't know, Jeremy's Facebook account is like a public forum for sports.
Yeah.
He'll post like Super Bowl predictions, and then someone's gonna disagree with it in the comments, and they go back and forth, and they have very intelligent conversation. So, man, this week. Go ahead.
Yeah, like if I want to know what's going on in sports, like he said stuff I didn't even know going on, like baseball. I was like. He was like, the Braves going to be very good. I was like, oh, I thought they were going to suck this year. So I was like, okay, I'm going to look at the Braves now.
Yeah, this is supposed to be the first year where the Braves are like, they're done with tanking.
Yeah, that's
supposed
sure. We'll see when we see the results on the field. We'll see when we see the results on the field.
Jeremy he put you up on stuff, man. Like, if you want to know anything going on, like I look at my timelines, like football, basketball, baseball, he covers everything, and then like he gets, and people are talking about it.
Right.
Exactly. I like to see the analytics on that because that's like really impressive. Because they be having like 20 comments and stuff. Like I don't even want to reply because I was like, my stuff was gonna get lost.
If you want to join the sports forum, just add Jeremy as a friend on Facebook. I promise you, you'll get in it. So
absolutely, that is absolutely true.
After the OBJ
he's a walking,
rumors,
talking sports encyclopedia. That's what I call it.
Oh God, come on! I know you ain't talking King. Yeah. We all know who the encyclopedia It
ain't me.
It
ain't no, Rashad.
Jeremy knows his stuff. You know everything.
You know everything. I know about sports. You can tell me who's the radio host in Houston.
No. What's the third most popular?
Charlie Palillo.
You're like, who's the play-by-play in the World Series this past year? Like,
that was Joe Buck. Right?
Right. I think. Yeah.
And Smoltz was the color commentator, or he was last year.
I only know that.
He's on
because
MLB
he's a Braves
Network,
guy.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? All I can remember is just, I ain't a baseball guy, but I remember David Ortiz. I remember seeing him. He know, but can't tell you everybody was on camera.
Yeah, okay. At any point.
Yeah, even the
At the All-Star game, everything.
even the PA assistant. He was like,
Baseball has some good people last year in the All-Star game in the postseason on TV. Like they had some big stars, but I guess that's because that's the generation I grew up with.
I mean, that's just like that's how you draw people as far as promoting the game.
Right. Pedro was a good guy to get that they had,
and they know their stuff.
Did Jimmy Rollins do it?
I want to say he did.
Yeah. I think Jimmy Rollins did it too. Point. Yeah, Jimmy Rollins did it. A-Rod.
Yeah, A-Rod's in the booth now, and they were making a big deal on social media about how on the ESPN telecast got a guest appearance from J-Lo.
Oh yeah. J-Lo came in the booth.
Right.
But I was just talking about how A-Rod's like
he's on everything.
He's on everything.
It's so crazy how A-Rod has pretty much reinvented himself, because everybody looked at A-Rod and thought, oh, okay, this is one of those guys that was involved in all the PED stuff that was going on in the 2000s now, and now it's like he's pretty much reinvented himself. Like he's doing the ESPN thing. He got a show on CNBC
because he admitted it. He came out and said, "I'm sorry, I took steroids." Okay.
It wasn't like one of those things where
he didn't get to break the record.
He didn't get to break the record. Yeah. But I feel like the record is tainted anyway because of what happened with Barry Bonds.
Yeah, at no point did I ever think A-Rod's going to break the record.
A lot of people thought so. Him and Albert Pujols were like the two
Ken
guys
Griffey Jr. was supposed to break the record.
Yeah, it was supposed to be.
Earlier in his career, but
I mean, all those injuries.
Because he got injuries.
Injuries ruined him.
Right.
He had like 4 or 5 years.
No, the fact that he had so many injuries and he still was like killing it, that shows you.
Didn't he hit almost 600 home runs still, even with all those injuries?
I think he was at 550. I don't think he quite got to 550. It might have been like 530.
It's somewhere in the fives.
I know he was over 500.
He was over 500.
Over 500.
Chicago. Yeah. He hit 500 with Chicago, the White Sox, I believe.
Yeah.
But Griffey, man, all that. The season don't really start for the Braves until the 13th. That's when Ronald. Yeah, when Ronald,
because their offense is awful right now.
What day is that?
I think Friday. Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there because
that's Friday the 13th of all days.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a home game though.
Oh, damn.
I haven't looked at the schedule, the Braves schedule.
I tell you, man.
I don't think it is either.
Yeah, okay.
Because they have their first 2 series are at home. I doubt they would be there for a third.
Whatever first home series, I'll be there because they hype that thing up. Like, I listen to sports radio and look at my Twitter. Like, keep talking about this through, like, LeBron James.
Yeah.
He is.
And Dansby's doing a decent job so
far
this season.
Ken Griffey hit 630 home runs.
So I was right.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
When did he 600 with the White Sox?
I think it was with Chicago.
So I guess that was the 600, not the 500.
Yeah.
Right.
He played his last 2 years with the Mariners where he started.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that. That was a wash KG back to the Timberwolves move.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, speaking of wash, I saw Josh Smith on the court side at the McDonald's game, and I was like, yo, the Hawks might as well sign him. Let him get his farewell tour. Let him start the final game of the season. So Ryan Cameron can say one more time, we're number 5 from Atlanta, Oak Hill Academy, Josh J. Smooth. And, he waved to the crowd,
As long as he go out there and miss the shots like he did, never mind.
That's what I'm saying. But that's the reason why Josh Smith represents the Hawks so well, because he represents Atlanta. Like, sometimes you hate Atlanta because of traffic and, the politics that goes on with the popularity, the clout chasing.
And then the unrealistic fans, how they swore he was the next LeBron James.
I mean, I watched him, and I used to hear the argument, like, is he a 3 or a 4? And then when Detroit finally put him at the 3.
Yeah. He was a 4, man. He was an undersized 4.
I was like, dang, because I was for him to be a 3, and I was
Because
like,
he went out. I was for him to be a 3 too, and
I just wanted him to be a good player.
Four.
I didn't care what he played.
I wanted Samuel Dallenberg so bad, bro. I wanted Samuel Dallenberg to be the center, and I thought that was gonna take us to like championship.
So much for that. So much for that.
And Brad Miller. I wanted Brad Miller too.
So much for that.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So much for that, but unrealistic fans.
Unrealistic fans.
So moving back to Jeremy's Facebook, after the Odell trade rumors, I guess what do you just posted about Odell and the trade rumors?
I just said please no.
Okay.
I literally just posted please no.
Falconholic.
Please no.
Yeah, on
the Falcon.
I posted that article
because the Ringer said
Ringer.
that they were going to get it, and Falcoholic was like, we quite don't agree with that. So Jeremy posted one of those 2 stories and was like, please no. Dude was like, oh, don't you want Odell, boy? You don't want OBJ, boy? He just a bad player. Him and Julio together, boy, they be unstoppable, boy, for real. So I had to turn on the Atlanta accent. For real. Odell, OBJ, who gonna stop that? Hey, but it's the cover 2, the 3, it don't matter. It do not matter. He said that, and Jeremy's like, dude, that's not feasible. Like, that doesn't equate winning championships. And then so they had their back and forth. And
that's just star chasing.
Pretty much every single big name a Falcons fan is gonna be, I want them.
I mean,
of course, because we're championship starred in this town.
It just feels different this year because I remember this like last year. There was like was it year before last? They was like crazy over Bruce Irvin. Like when Quinn first came in, it was like Bruce Irvin.
That was supposed to be a done deal too.
It was like he's coming to Atlanta. I was like, Bruce Irvin, yo.
He went to the Hawks game too, bro.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's from Atlanta, so it made sense.
I was like, Bruce Irvin, like they hyping this dude up. I was like, y'all know Bruce Irvin don't get a lot of sex.
Yeah.
I was like, but yeah, they were hyped over that. But yeah, I saw the rumors like start seeing on my Twitter timeline. I was like, man, this probably the Jeremy. You got these. He followed more like Falcon fans than I do. And I started seeing on my timeline. I shared the post with him. I was like, for real now? These are people really talking to my dude in Dallas. He had to respond to it. He's like, that's not happening.
I mean, if it happens, cool. But like, it's not. I would if the Falcons
for the right price.
For the right price, exactly. If the Falcons tomorrow say, hey, we got Odell Beckham Jr. Okay, first of all, I'm not signing him to a long-term contract just because he's Odell Beckham Jr. There's a lot that comes with him. He stays hurt. He's a small guy. He's not even a big receiver. He's a small receiver who plays outside. So that means he's going to get hit. He's going to be hurt. I'm not paying that guy $90 million. I'm just not. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm not building my franchise around him. Second of all, if it works, I would, if they got him, I wouldn't feel like the Falcons are closer to the championship than as they are now. Like, I feel like they could have a better chance to win the championship with the team they have today than they would with Odell Beckham Jr. Just because Mohamed Sanu is the perfect number 2.
Yeah.
Julio Jones is the perfect number 1. You just need a slot receiver. So getting Odell Beckham Jr. doesn't feel a need. It just creates confusion with who plays where.
Yeah, if you put Odell in the slot, bro,
like that.
You think he was throwing a fit when he didn't get his money last year?
Exactly.
He was pouting all offseason about how much basketball players make more than football. And I'm like, dude, this is the sport you chose.
Exactly.
It's like, if you wanted to make money, play baseball, play soccer.
Yeah, baseball and soccer players be getting that. They be getting it.
It's not even a Falcons-like move. Like, that's not even the type of guy they go after.
No.
They get low-key guys.
I mean, like, why would you disrupt your culture? Because when teams start to do that, I don't know if people have noticed this, but when Seattle started to disrupt the culture with the core guys they had in there by bringing in guys like Michael Bennett, Sheldon Richardson, Dwayne Brown, that's when their team was that's the first time they missed the playoffs with guys like that. But they kept when they had their room of core guys that came up and grew up together, that's when they were a true threat.
Right.
That's just how it is.
We talked about this last week.
Yeah, like that's how football works. And basketball? Okay. Getting Odell Beckham would be equivalent to signing Kevin Durant in basketball. It would just work just because Kevin Durant's a dominant basketball player.
Right.
It's not like that in football. You got to have everything working at the same time, and the culture has to match up with each other.
Yeah, the only team I say work for is the Patriots, and that's because they have a very strong culture.
Yeah,
and they'll get rid of you if you act up, you gone.
I mean, if like you just said, if Odell was to go to the Patriots, that's a big deal because he's not gonna run in there and just run crazy and talk junk. They'll cut him for nothing.
It's like LeGarrette Blount going to the Patriots.
Exactly.
Like LeGarrette Blount's a character.
I would trust that locker room being and Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft. Is it Bob Kraft? Whatever his name is, Kraft, to
Kraft
keep Odell in check rather than.
Yo,
I don't trust
question.
that. Yeah.
Is Robert Kraft the Kraft mac and cheese guy?
Ooh.
I'm pretty. Is he? I'm pretty sure he is.
Are the Steelers owners the Heinz guys? Are they the ketchup Heinz?
I know they play in Heinz Field, and Heinz I think is based in Pittsburgh, but I don't know. I don't think they're like owned by them.
I think the Roonies are the Steelers on that.
I think so. Yeah,
right.
The Roonies are
The
Steelers.
Roonies, duh.
Yo,
rest in peace, Dan Rooney, man.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm not so sure. I mean, I'm not really too familiar with the Patriots owners. I just know that I believe he owns the New England Revolution.
Yeah, he owns the soccer team too. And we United beats them, and Arthur Blank loves that. So,
of course.
Yeah, I mean.
These fans, like even now, like the Rams. I didn't even know there's many Rams fans. Like, they just moved to Los Angeles and everybody got this Laker mentality.
Yeah, they're coming out the woodwork. Watch when the Rams all of a sudden start going 5-11.
Who rooted for St. Louis?
Nobody. People in St. Louis like Kansas City Chiefs.
People in St. Louis is a Cardinals town. They're a baseball town through and through. Yeah. So the Rams got lost in the sauce really in STL. So that's what happened when they had those few years where they had the greatest show on turf, and then they had a couple of good years after that, and then they were just nothing after that.
They're just man. And like I said, the Rams are a team everybody's talking about and dancing around. Oh, LA got a good football team now, boy.
Oh, of course, they're going to build it up because it's LA. Everybody wants LA to be good. Everybody wants New York to be good.
I'm telling you right now, the Rams are not making the playoffs next year.
Whoa, look out. You hear this?
I don't know about that.
I know about that. Where's their wide receivers?
The wide receivers?
Who? Wait, did Sammy Watkins leave? Sammy Watkins left.
Kansas he's in Kansas City.
That was really the difference maker last year.
That was the only reason they were good last year is because they had two legitimate number 2 type receivers. That's the only thing that made them a team that scares anyone. Like getting Ndamukong Suh, okay, cool. Getting Marcus Peters, okay, cool. Getting a 35, 7-year-old Aqib Talib means nothing. Okay, Marcus Peters got beat a lot last year. Yeah. That tells me if people who think Marcus Peters is the best cornerback in the NFL, that tells me you did not watch the games last year. He's a big name. He makes a lot of interceptions, but he gambles a lot. He gets beat a lot. He's D'Angelo Hall. That's who he is. They're not making the playoffs with that. I'm sorry.
The NFC West, besides 49ers, they really don't have a threat.
The Seahawks are still a threat. The 49ers, I feel like, are going to win that division.
Yeah,
they have the best football team.
Oh, they're looking at OBJ.
Now, it would make sense for them.
Yeah.
It would really make sense for them. But
I look at LA last year, it was pretty much like, Gurley and Gurley Woods, and Watkins really didn't.
But Watkins was a big piece for him. You got to think that name alone just draws attention.
It's like he never really lived up to like what they thought they was getting. Like everyone was like, he's gonna be the Julio.
There's a lot to be said about what you're saying. You're right. He's not a number 1 receiver. No, but having him on the football field draws attention and resources away from stopping Todd Gurley. Now that safety that sat over the top, now that guy's in the box to stop Todd Gurley because they have no one to take that guy out of there.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they do because if they 23rd overall, so like a James Washington or Cortland Sutton or Christian Kirk should be available if they do strike out.
Yeah.
Actually,
do they have a first round pick?
Yeah, they got first round. They don't have a second round. The second round went to Buffalo for Watkins. But yeah, they
no, they don't have a first round pick.
They got first.
Let me double check that.
Yeah, because they traded the second for Watkins. And I'm trying to remember, I don't think they have a third, but I do know they have a first. But so I know they made a few moves. So I know they got Peters for really low.
Yeah.
And then they got.
No, they traded their first for Peters, I think.
I think it got from real low because it was just like the price was so ridiculous. Because like people thought like, oh, like so you're telling me that like they talked to all the teams and only Kansas City, the only 2 teams really wanted him. And it's like that shows like how bad his reputation was. And, but yeah, I think it was like a 3rd or a 4th round pick when they got for Peters. Because I was surprised. I thought Cleveland was a shoe-in to get him because they had Dorsey who drafted him.
Yeah.
They didn't get him. I was looking at those trades like I was like, what? They got him?
They're 23rd overall.
Yeah. I don't know what other picks they have, but they traded Ogletree. I know they got some picks, and they traded Quinn, so they got some picks off of that. But
That's another thing that'll make the Rams weaker. The Ogletree trade.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Like I didn't really pay attention to him last year. Like from what I've seen, like what I read about him, it's just like he really didn't fit the 3-4, like their 3-4, like they thought.
I heard that about Quinn.
I mean, I don't know. He played in the 3-4 at Georgia, so like saying that is, I don't really agree with that. I mean, maybe he didn't live up to being a 1st round pick, but like he's their quarterback in their defense. Like he's a guy that they build that defense around. I mean, so he's not a great player, and he's not as good of a football player as Marcus Peters or Ndamukong Suh, but he was more important to the Rams than they will be. To them, like getting Ndamukong Suh, it looks good, and it's gonna. I bet the Coliseum's gonna be full this year. But I mean, when has Ndamukong Suh played winning football?
He's
winning. I mean,
he fell off when he went to Miami.
I mean, he didn't really fall off. He's just not a winning football player.
Right.
And he has a reputation about him.
People expect too much. Just defensive tackle.
He's a defensive tackle, right?
Yeah, it's just. I don't know how they're gonna do that scheme because like it's a 3-4.
He don't fit a 3-4. He improved that in Miami.
Yeah.
So
they ran 4-3.
Oh, they did. Yeah. I mean, when he first got there, they were a 3-4, I think.
But yeah, that was 3-4 when he first got there. But yeah, 4-3 now. But they, I'm just like trying to figure because I thought Donald was a weird fit. Was just like, but he worked. I mean, it worked. I mean, I guess this must be some like hybrid 3-4 they're gonna run now. Like, because I'm looking at. As usually a 3-4 end, jobs to take up blockers.
Right.
Like, this guy's gonna be rushing the passer, and it's just like your linebackers just got the sacks. Because I was concerned about what LA was like. Who are they gonna get at linebacker? Because that's a big part of 3-4, especially the Wade Phillips defense.
Yeah.
Because I just because they had Barron at linebacker, and I was like, I thought he was gonna be the first to be gone because I was like, he's not really a natural linebacker. And
I mean, he kind of fits the mold of Alec Ogletree because they had the same kind of progression. Like in college, Alec Ogletree started his first 2 years as a safety at Georgia, and then he moved to middle linebacker in his sophomore year. Going into his sophomore year, he moved to middle linebacker.
So is he
Mark Barron's doing the same thing.
A linebacker or like a money backer?
Who?
Ogletree. At Georgia, money backer or linebacker?
Well, he was the middle linebacker at Georgia, but he started out as his freshman year. He was the starting strong safety. And he actually, he didn't play bad as a strong safety, so it was really surprising to everyone around
Georgia had another
Athens.
talented safety.
Say that again.
Is this Georgia had another talented safety they wanted to play?
Yeah. No. I mean, his replacement was, I want to say Bakari Rambo, maybe. Who, he had a great career, but they could have waited a year for him to play. Ogletree would have been a 1st round pick as a safety, just like Mark Barron was. So, I mean, it wasn't like it. He made the move because I guess he got bigger. I mean, he kept getting bigger. So they really kind of had to move him eventually. But, I mean, he was fine as a safety. So.
Yeah, he's now they're talking about this Gronk trade, and like the Rams gonna get Gronk too. I was
They're gonna have a party.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's gonna be their season. They're gonna miss the playoffs and just party. After
That's
the first
LA.
Sure, the Falcons, they'll start that too. Like, we need that big name tight end. I'm like, no, you don't need no Gonzalez. You don't need a Gonzalez like tight end in this offense.
I mean, they didn't win a championship with the greatest tight end to ever play football. Why?
It got him to the NFC Championship.
But why? But they've been to a Super Bowl without him. So I mean,
people gonna hold that season over them forever.
True.
They made a Super Bowl with so and so.
I mean,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. I mean, we keep name chasing and people being unrealistic.
That's facts.
Yeah,
that's the whole premise of this topic.
I mean, we made the Super Bowl with a bunch of guys that nobody wanted, essentially.
Right.
So I mean, we had Brian
but a
Poole
guy
out there.
that got cut from the Browns.
Yeah.
Same season.
Taylor Gabriel. Like, Devontae Freeman was a 4th-round draft pick. People say Matt Ryan would never win a Super Bowl. He's not good enough. He has a noodle arm. I mean,
I never believed that even with him coming out of the draft. I always thought that Matt Ryan would be probably not, maybe a great quarterback, but definitely possibly in the top 10. I think a lot of people, even coming out of the draft, I think were sleeping on him when he was drafted out of Boston College.
Even though he was number 3.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was a weird draft.
That was a weird draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, Glenn Dorsey. Where did Glenn Dorsey go in that draft?
First,
Second.
second.
Yeah, so Jake Long went first.
That was the time
wow.
when people were trying to devalue quarterbacks, like we try to devalue running backs. People were like, well, you can win without a quarterback.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's like go to safe pick.
Okay. Cool. Do that.
Yeah, it was like, I know Atlanta fans, they wanted Dorsey that year. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Or
I remember that.
McFadden.
Oh my gosh, that would have been such a L.
Yeah.
That was.
But didn't McFadden went number 5 overall?
I want to say he went 4th.
4th. When did Oakland pick before us, or
They were
if
they
they
were
got
after
for
us.
us? Yeah, but it was either 4 or 5.
It was Chris
I think it
Long,
was 5.
Dorsey, Matt Ryan, and then and then McFadden.
McFadden.
I forgot about Chris Long.
Chris Long was the first pick.
I think that's probably
that
the
was
last
Jake.
drive where I actually knew what was going on at the
Jake
top
Long,
of the
yeah,
draft.
Jake Long was the first pick. Chris Long was 2nd. Matt Ryan was 3rd.
Glenn Dorsey was 4th.
Glenn Dorsey, and then
McFadden.
McFadden
Yeah.
was
All
5th.
Yeah. It's I mean, because like me and Jerry talk about this all the time. It's like these Falcons fans don't realize how good their team is. Like they're gonna be in. They're gonna be. In
Oh, they know.
surprise.
I think they know.
I keep hearing
Because
Everybody's afraid of Philly now.
Because when people leave, the Falcons fans are like, oh.
The thing is that everybody's chasing Philly now. Everybody looks like he's chasing Philly.
Philly is doing what they've always done, which is just star chase. Like Philly's always had a bunch of like. They're like the Dallas Mavericks of the NFL.
And then the team they win the championship had no stars on it. Like
Right,
who was their
right.
star this year?
Star.
Like who was the guy that just gonna sell magazines this year?
Dude from the running back from Jay Ajayi.
He wasn't a star. He
Yeah,
barely played.
Yeah.
But he was like the biggest name on the team, probably.
But he barely
on
played
the
for
Super
them.
Bowl
Hey,
team.
we won a name.
No, I mean he
Zach Ertz.
No.
He married to a U.S. women's soccer
Carson
player.
Wentz.
his wife is more famous than he is.
And Carson Wentz would
Nah, I
have been a
think
star
Zach
if he
Ertz
didn't
is
get
more
hurt.
famous.
But that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Like Malcolm Jenkins was more famous.
Not
off the
Malcolm
field.
Jenkins.
Oh,
And
he's
And then
more
Nick
famous
famous.
Foles
off the
kind of
field.
became a star
Chris
overnight,
Long.
but yeah.
Hey,
Chris Long's not a star.
he's not a
I mean,
star.
Chris Long's pretty famous.
I mean,
the
like,
president
more famous
shouted
off
them
the-
out.
off the field.
Yeah,
Yeah,
off the
president
field.
shouted them out.
I mean, football people, like people who like just get down and dirty in football, love Fletcher Cox.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh yeah, that's deep in there.
And then Lane, I love Lane Johnson, but I don't even think he played. Was Lane Johnson hurt?
No, Jason Peterson was hurt. I think Lane played.
He was hurt for most of the year, or he was hurt for part of the year. Because I remember them saying, "No, you know what? He was suspended the first couple games of the year."
Oh, yeah.
So, but
Yeah,
I don't really know who their star was, and then you can look at Minnesota. Who's their star?
Yeah, just-
They don't have one.
What's his Stephon Diggs.
He's not a superstar. No one had heard of Stephon Diggs.
Before he made that
had
catch.
he had an amazing season though.
No,
Yeah.
Stephon.
But that
Stephon
catch
Diggs-
elevated him to star status, that catch and that run in the New Orleans
Exactly.
game.
If he never makes that catch, Stephon Diggs is just another guy in the NFL.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he had like a 300-yard game, I think.
What I'm
this
saying
season.
is people who
I don't understand. what
Casual
you're saying.
fans.
casual fans who see a name out there immediately that want these guys on their team
Right.
don't know who Stephon Diggs is.
Yeah, like last casual start, that last start they had with Adrian Peterson.
Yeah,
And
as
now
far
it's
as
like-
that's
Yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater.
He didn't ever win that big
No.
game.
He was more of a star in college.
Yeah, but
Right.
people knew who Teddy Bridgewater
well,
was, and the fact that he played for the Vikings.
Yeah.
Is that the argument?
No, the argument is if a team
If you
cuts
said-
somebody, casual fans that don't really know the sport will be like, "Oh, I want him on my team. I want him on my team." I want
Because
him
he's
on
a
my team.
name.
I don't
They-
care.
Oh, Joe
I don't
Hayden.
care. I don't care what we have to give up. I want him on my team.
Because he's a
I
name.
wanted Joe Hayden.
I
He's
think
a
Joe
name.
Hayden could have helped the Falcons, honestly, but
I wanted Joe Hayden.
it's not because he's a star. He's a good player.
Yeah, it was just funny like this. It's casuals because it's just like, I mean, I like how Philly they just went back to what they went to. I mean, like Andy Reid, he was just experimenting all over. I remember he did the whole dream team.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
had an offensive line coach being defensive coordinator, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, what the world? I mean, I know you're a good coach. I mean, you're a good regular season coach, but you really just like really think you're like Bill Belichick, like you could stick a a mop there to coach the offense and win 10 games. It was just
that was a great. I really love that team. That's one of my favorite NFL teams ever.
Which team?
Yeah, it's fun to watch. That was the team. Mike Vick was like back.
I'm trying to remember. I just remember.
Do you remember who the quarterback was to start that season?
Vince Young.
Kevin Kolb.
Kevin Kolb.
Yeah.
It wasn't Vince Young?
Nope.
Vince Young was the backup or something?
Vince Young was third string quarterback.
Yeah, he was back there. He was talking a lot of stuff. It's like we got this guy. Like, what you gonna do though?
What you gonna do?
I expect this from Kevin Hart, but you have had you were a player. You supposed to try to take that spot, but
Yeah. I mean that was the issue is the quarterback. Like Kevin Kolb was the quarterback.
yeah.
Michael Vick was really brought in to be the backup.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Mike Vick had an MVP season.
I take that back. That the year before Kevin Kolb was the quarterback and he got hurt, Michael Vick took over for him, and Michael Vick started the next year, and then they brought Vince Young in to be his backup.
Yeah, Vick had a bad year, I think.
Mike Vick had an MVP year one year.
Yeah, that was the year he took over for
Yeah,
Kolb.
the year before that one.
Yeah.
And then the Dream Team season was a big
The next
fail.
year.
Yeah, the next year. And then he Vick had a last hurrah on Monday Night Football.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He lit up Washington. Was that Washington?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh?
But I mean, I don't know who they were playing against, but he was playing with Pittsburgh. I think it was Washington on the road, maybe.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
like-
because he had on the white jerseys and he was going in. He's like, Figa! And there was one more hurrah. I was like,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
happy for him.
These fans though, like it's funny hearing it in basketball. Like you hear like the Laker fans and Cavs fans and stuff. Like, we're gonna get these people. I just never thought I would see that in football. Like
No.
that's like that. It's just like
And the guy, like he was like, I told him basically, well, we're not gonna have 2 first-round picks for the next 2 years. He was like, well, if we got to let some of these players like Deion Jones and Tevin Coleman go, and Jake Matthews, we could. That's what they draft for. I said, I'm literally telling you that if we get Odell Beckham,
You
the
won't
draft
have to
is no
work the
longer
draft.
a
An
buffer.
option.
Like we can't draft replacements.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have what's the guy? Ty Sambrello as our left tackle next year.
yeah, that's
But we're gonna have Odell. Odell gonna play tackle too.
yeah.
He gonna
Odell
Odell do it all.
They're gonna be chip
Right.
blocking.
He gonna be chip blocking on everybody.
And
So
then
They're
hit
playing
them
on
folks
defense too, like they do in the high school
Yeah.
games.
yeah, we gonna need Odell to do everything.
I wish
Right.
I was thinking this yesterday. I was like, I wish there was a show that could explain to fans the CBA and salaries. 'Cause it
Exactly.
Just,
Oh, wow.
It don't just work
financial
like
show
that.
have like a finance advisor, analyst, or something.
I was just
go out
like, it's just like I don't think nobody knows the salaries. It's just like I was like, really, like, cause what was it? Michael Bennett. I was like, if you trade for Bennett or you get the salary, that's like over $8 million of cap. Like I don't think people, you know, I know it's always these beat writers and stuff talk about, you know, non-guaranteed contracts, restructures and stuff. It's not like, you know, it's still money.
Yeah.
It's still money you got to account for.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, like, yeah, you see like 4 point, I mean, I don't know, maybe they think it was like basketball. Like, you know, you see someone like like Sean Livingston got a 5.5 cap, like 5.5 on the cap, and then you see someone like Deion Jones got 2.2 million. You're like, oh, we could squeeze somebody in there.
Yeah.
You know,
But they don't realize you got to pay these guys, and these are like, if you're a superstar in the NFL, like you're not taking a pay cut. Odell Beckham he's the reason he's on the trading block is because he wants more money. So why would he come to Atlanta and want to take a pay cut from what he already makes? Like, where would he squeeze in?
Yeah.
Like, how would you squeeze him in?
And he's already built
think
a
about
thing
that.
up there.
He's literally begging for money right now. That's why
Right.
they want to trade him. But you want to bring him into a situation where we can't pay him and just gut the team so we can.
Yeah.
Buy.
Just so you can pay a name.
Just buy.
And
Buy.
then leave.
And then leave.
Bye.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're left with nothing.
Yeah, I just don't understand. It's just so funny to me because it's just like I appreciate, you know, it's great to hear, you know, Atlanta fans be passionate and stuff about winning.
But don't be dumb.
Yeah, I mean,
Just don't be dumb.
I was trying to say that.
Be passionate, but don't be dumb.
I'll just say this: there's a reason for some fans why they say fan can be short for fanatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just be nice to have just like a TV show just being just like realistic, but you know, because all these little hot take guys are like, oh, is he gonna go here? And I was like, oh, here you go. You're gonna feel these guys, and they're gonna take your credibility, and they're gonna like, oh, it's possible.
I got a hot take before we go.
Yeah.
Odell Beckham will be in a New York Giants jersey next year. There's no way no one's taking 2 first-round picks and sending them to the Giants for a wide receiver. I'm sorry. Bye.
Yo, Kelsey Wright from the Braves, the sideline reporter, she fractured her left eye socket.
Oh my God.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, how did that happen?
Oh, she got hit by a foul ball.
Oh man.
Ooh.
All right. So on that note, episode 72 of the A-League podcast.
Dang.
Everybody just go around and say their Twitter handles and sign off.
This is David Norwood. Twitter's at dnorwood90.
This is Jeremy Johnson. Clark _Kent _75. Get my Superman on.
You, RashadMilligan.com. You can follow me on Twitter at I don't even know.
Akeem Balaam, Twitter, Graham Beyond the W. Check it out.
Yeah.
Riding in the mother Rover. Talking down, I don't know. Yeah. Made 100 plays in the focus. Gotta maintain, stay focused. Riding in the mother Rover.